Hey there, have you ever stopped to think about the real power hiding in your shopping cart? Well, today we're going to unpack just that. We'll look at how the simple act of buying something, anything, sends these huge signals that actually shape the world around us.
It sounds a little dramatic, right? Can my shopping list really change the world? But honestly, the answer is a huge yes. Every single thing you buy, from your morning coffee to a new phone, is like casting a vote for the kind of world you want to see. Let's dig into how that actually works.
So here's our roadmap. We'll start with the power packed into a single purchase. Then we'll follow the ripple effect it creates. We'll jump into how the digital marketplace has totally changed the game, talk about our rights and, our responsibilities, and finally, we'll figure out what it means to be a truly ethical consumer.
All right, first up, the power of a purchase. It's so easy to just think of shopping as, a simple exchange of money for goods. But it is so much more than that. It's really just the beginning of the story.
You see, what we're talking about here is something called consumer action. And that goes way beyond the moment you tap your card. It's the whole journey, from the second you think, I need that, to picking a brand, actually using the thing, and then eventually getting rid of it. Every single one of those steps is sending a message out into the world.
Let's make this real with an example we can follow. Just picture a student in Ibadan. They're at the market, they need to buy some bread. They've got two choices: bread that was imported from far away or bread that was baked right there, locally. It seems like a super small personal decision, right? But as you're about to see, it's anything but.
So how does one choice about a loaf of bread become something bigger? Well, that leads us straight to the ripple effect. How that one simple choice starts making waves that spread across the entire community.
Okay, so check this out. The student pays for the local bread. That money goes to the local baker. The baker then uses some of that money to buy more flour from local farmers. You see that chain reaction? It encourages more local food to be produced, and it keeps money moving right there inside the community, which makes the whole local economy stronger.
And believe me, those ripples travel way farther than you'd think. That one purchase has social, political, economic, cultural, and even legal implications. Your choice can literally influence things like local job opportunities or even government policies. It's not just a saying, you really are voting with your wallet.
To really get this, we have to look at the three main players in this whole marketplace game. First, you've got consumers. That's us. We're the ones creating the demand. Then, you've got producers, who supply what we ask for. And overseeing it all is the government, which is supposed to regulate everything to make sure it's fair and safe. It's this constant dance between all three.
Now, that classic town square marketplace has been completely turned on its head. So let's talk about the digital marketplace. We've gone from a physical location to this massive global network, and that changes, pretty much everything.
I mean, just think about how different shopping is today. It used to be all about physical markets, maybe a newspaper ad, and what your neighbor recommended. Now, it's all e-commerce sites, influencer marketing, and scrolling through endless online reviews. And while that gives us incredible choices, it also opens up a whole new can of worms.
Because with all this new opportunity come new risks. In this digital age, we have to be so careful about things like fake online stores, phishing scams trying to get our personal info, payment fraud, and don't even get me started on misleading digital ads. Being a smart consumer today is a whole different ballgame.
And this brings us to a super important point: your rights and responsibilities. You know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Well, it's absolutely true here. Having the power to influence markets means we also have a responsibility to be thoughtful about it. It's a two-way street.
Let's just break down that balance. For every right you have, there's a responsibility that goes with it. You have the right to safety? Sure. But that comes with the responsibility to report it if you find a product that isn't safe. You have a right to information, but you also have a responsibility to actually seek out that information and read the labels. It's all about that give and take.
This quote just nails the whole idea, doesn't it? It's this powerful reminder that there really is no such thing as a small purchase. Every single choice we make sends out these signals that shape our world in more ways than we can even imagine.
Okay, so we've established we have this incredible power. The big question now is, how do we use it for good? And that brings us to our final section, the ethical consumer, and how we can start making choices for a better world.
It really comes down to three pretty simple but powerful steps. First, seek out information. Do a little homework on what you're buying and who you're buying it from. Second,
Make a conscious effort to support businesses that align with your values, whether that's local shops, fair trade companies, or eco-friendly brands. And third, try to consume more sustainably. Reduce waste, recycle, and just buy less stuff.
At the end of the day, it's really helpful to think of your spending as a vote. Every dollar, every pound, every naira you spend is a ballot you're casting. You're voting for the companies you want to succeed and for the values you want to see more of. It's probably the most direct way you can make your voice heard.
So that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Your very next purchase is a choice. It's a vote, it's a ripple that's going to create waves. So, what kind of world will you choose to create?